Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. I just wanted to say, I hope the hand-me-down sex toys was a bit to cause some controversy, because that's a sick and twisted notion to think of otherwise. It was a funny listen with the whole Billy Bob trigger point, though. I would have said it was sick and twisted. It's just, I was just inquiring. Not that I could do it. I'm pretty sure the silicone would have dissolved by then anyway. But anyway, guess it was a bit now.
In hindsight, it was a bit, guys. Don't worry.
So I'm writing in again, guys, because I recently found out I'm a sideman. I've been dating a girl for about 7 months, and last week I had a conversation with an old friend from school, and I showed him a picture of me and her. He then said that's his mate's from football's girlfriend for the last 4 years, and proceeded to show me a whole Facebook account of hers I had no clue existed. She always said she didn't have Facebook, and she's got on there she's in a relationship with this fella. I'm devastated, as you can imagine. What do I do? Where do I start? I know I need to confront her, but it makes me but does it make me a bad guy that I still want to carry on seeing her even though she's in a relationship? Please be honest with the advice and keep me anonymous as always.
Block and fucking delete that girl.
I thought sideman. I thought you was talking about like a TV show reference or something. That's harsh though, man. Like, I can understand why he still wants to carry on with her, because as far as he was, because as far as he was aware, it was just them two.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, really. But like that whole, I don't have Facebook. I'd be like, you're a fucking liar.
Well, I would take it that I would accept it as an answer, but I would also find her mum or dad on Facebook and fucking stalk the shit out of it to make sure there wasn't one.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, oh okay, that's fair enough. And then I'd be sitting on the toilet and I'd be like, I wonder if she has got one. Boom, on Facebook,
an old one from years ago or something.
Yeah, just so you could see what she was doing back in the day.
Mm.
No one now.
If I was this geezer, man, get rid, man. That is a fucking. If there was a red flag, if you looked up red flag in the fucking dictionary, this email is it.
Yeah, it's not pretty. It's not good, is it? Really?
No.
Because I mean, like you said, you are the bit on the side. 4 years, like why? Like
that
to me, that either says
wiser as well.
Well, no, that either says to me that she's planning on leaving him, and is trying to see what it's like with you. Which then you still don't want to be that guy that she's. You know what I mean? You don't want to be that rebound fella, or she's just trying to have a bit that she's probably not getting something from him that she wants.
And where does that leave you trust wise if you start your relationship off? Say if she does leave this other guy and gets with our listener, where does that leave your trust for her ever again? Because if she's had enough of you, she's just going to line up the next fella and off she goes. You will always be paranoid.
Yeah, known a few people that I don't know if there's a term for it, but they can never be alone.
Yeah,
like they have to have someone lined up. Doesn't matter if it's like short or long term. They just have to be with someone.
I've got mates that cannot be single. Like they'll 2 weeks and they'll be on to the next one.
I couldn't handle that, man. That's too much stress.
It is, because you're always trying to put on first impressions all the time. You're never going to be yourself.
No. And then you got to introduce them to people and fucking... Nah, fuck that. Not a chance. But, is the question, though, is it like, does he blow it up?
Yes.
Or does he just fucking leave it?
I would blow everything up. I wouldn't even confront her on the phone, because that would give her a way to get away with it. I literally would wait until she comes around to the house or whatever, sit down, act like everything's normal, and then I'll just close the door and turn around and go full fucking I know about Jeffrey.
Your fucking names you come out with, man.
I know you've been sleeping with Jeffrey for 4 years. He's your long-term boyfriend. What am I to you then? And
Slut.
then start off the row.
I would make a Facebook group with like loads of pictures of me and her together, and then I would add all of her friends and family to our own Facebook group.
Yeah.
And then when she comes home and she's like, "What have you done?" I'd be like, "Well, you didn't have a Facebook," and I thought I was being sweet when I thought I'd make a couple one of me and you because
Oh,
we're
and
we're
play
lovers.
innocent.
Yeah, yeah, and just
Oh,
fucking and then find the guy as well and be like,
deception.
and add him as well. Just have it fucking everywhere. Just go in her find her Facebook and then just add everyone in her list. Do you know this person?
You could go full scorched earth and just add her boyfriend on Facebook and fucking start chatting to him, innit?
Yeah, ask him out for a drink, and
Mm.
then be like, "Oh, I've met this mate, and he wants to meet up for a drink. Do you want to go out for a drink?" And then take her there and be like, "Here you go."
Or do like a very movie-esque thing and like invite them both to the same place at the same time, and then you turn up at the table as the third.
Oh, that's so awkward.
Yeah, and just be like, "Well, I've discovered something, and guess what it is, guys?" And they're both sitting there, and I wonder whether she would hold up like the stiff upper lip, or whether she would crumble instantly when you walk through the door,
Oh, yeah, it's true.
because they
Would
think they'll be
could you imagine
sitting there
going in
together.
and she's talking to him, yeah, and having like a conversation? Oh, I didn't know you know him. Oh, mate, fuck that.
It's like, yeah, he's been balls deep in me for 7 months.
I couldn't handle shit like that. I'd have
No,
to just leave it. I'd be gone.
I would go scorched earth. Well, well, the listeners know full well I'm mental when it comes to stuff. So, the personal way I would deal with it is not the way you should deal with it. The way you should deal with it is confront her and just fucking like say, look, I know what you've been doing. We're over. And if you
Mm.
really wanted to stick the knife in, you could speak to her partner and let him know what she's been up to, or you take what my scorched earth advice is and invite them to a mysterious date, and you turn up and fucking ruin everyone's night in the middle of a restaurant.
I can imagine it as well. Yeah, I'd be the same. I'm just like, I'd say to her like, yeah, I know what's going on, because you don't want to fucking disappear. Because I mean, you need to get a comeuppance. You need to give her a bit of a grilling.
Oh yeah, she needs to know she's done wrong.
Yeah, yeah. And then be like, if you ever fucking mess with me again, and it's not a picture of your tits, I'm telling your boyfriend.
It's not a picture of your tits. Free titbits, and I'm back in.
Yeah, yeah. I want one a week for the rest of your life.
That's fucking funny.
But yeah, no, speak to her about it, and just I don't think you should stay together. Like Jamie
No,
says, like, where's the trust there? Like,
it's gone.
no. And I understand there's certain circumstances and people feel the need and stuff like that, but that's too, like, what I mean, that's a different. What if she has like kids with one and then with you? That's that whole fuck. What was I watching? And that happened in that. There was a. Oh no, it was a documentary about this guy that makes plastic windpipes.
All right.
Did you see that? I can't remember what it's
No.
called, but he basically, obviously it was all a fucking, they were like melting in people's bodies. It was fucking awful.
Oh, yep, I did see that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The surgeon thing.
he was marrying someone in America,
Hmm.
and yet he had a woman and like two kids in Spain or wherever he was from. And she was like, "Oh, I'd love to go on holiday in Spain." He's like, "Nah, nah, nah, nah. I'll take you everywhere else, but I can't go to Spain." And then she just comes and turns up and finds him in the house with this fucking woman and these kids. It's like,
That's
holy
what happens at
fuck.
the beginning. Do you know Monarch, the show?
Yeah. Oh yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
brother and sister discover that their mothers have been conducting families on like different sides of the fucking earth
Yeah. I know how
in this
would you
one
do that?
fella.
How would you get
A
away
lot of
with it?
planning, a lot of stress. Like
Oh
that
mate.
is far too. I can barely keep up with Charlotte.
Yeah. Fuck that. Not a chance would I ever do that. I'd much rather be single than have two at the same time.
Oh mate, yeah, 100%.
Not a
That's why I
chance.
don't get people like this. Why is she not just single and just like saying I don't want nothing serious and just sleeping with who she wants? Why is
Yeah,
she
because
trying to maintain two relationships at once?
she's got work, and then if she's with this guy for 4 years, she must be living with him.
You would think so.
So you're telling me that she's staying with him, going to work, then setting up dates, and then probably staying over the night with the listener, and then in the
Mm.
morning showering, going back so she doesn't smell like him. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, surely you would know something like, oh, you spend a lot of time staying over your mate's house.
Yeah, if Charlotte was like spending 3 nights a week somewhere else, I'd be like sitting her down, be like, who is he?
I haven't had dinner in 3 days,
I've
Charlotte.
looked,
I'm sick of this.
I've locked all the doors. Who is he? As the flames start surrounding me, because I've already started the fire in the house because I'm fucking mental.
He'd be like, come up to like the Matrix and be like, in this hand is a tracking device that you must swallow, and in this hand is a bullet. Whichever one you want to choose first, I'll sort it out for you.
Pick the lesser of two evils.
Yeah. Either I know where you are, or you're buried. See you later, love.
I found a
But
good old spot.
tomorrow, I will wake up. Nothing can happen. You will not.
I'll say this on this podcast now. If I ever go missing or disappear, or if anyone decides that I've turned up dead somehow, yeah, suspect Charlotte straight away.
I would
Suspect
anyway.
Charlotte
I'd be
straight
like,
away.
"Where's my friend?"
She's very killy. She's very killy. I was telling her that yesterday when we were cooking dinner. I was like, everyone's going to suspect you straight away if I go missing.
There'd be a mound in the garden. Rocco's trying to dig it up. Get away, Rock.
Getting sick on it.
Yeah, but I hope you sorted it out. These emails, some of them are a couple weeks old, so hopefully you haven't sat around and waited, or maybe you've just been waiting to plot your revenge. But either way, let us know how it goes. We're here whenever it really ends. Hopefully it does, because you don't need that shit. Life's too short. And thanks for emailing in.